Is your property tax bill a lot higher than you anticipated? I know a lot of you guys right now are getting your tax assessments in the mail, and a lot of you are looking at those things going, man, this is way higher than I can probably sell my property for, or what I think is the true value. Well, the good news is you're not alone, and you can protest these taxes every year. One thing you need to be aware of is the actual deadline. The deadline is going to be May 15th. So make sure that whatever county you're in, I'm talking about Travis County, but typically all the counties are pretty much very similar. You'll need to know that for sure. Also, you'll need to go to whatever your county tax assessor website is, or the appraisal district website. You will go to that county appraisal website and look for protest online. Fill that out. Next thing that's going to happen is they're going to probably have what's called an informal. You got your formal and informal. Let's start with the informal. The informal is usually you send some information, you kind of haggle back and forth with somebody down at the county, and what they're going to do is try to come up with something where you don't have to come in and protest in person or do it via Zoom. And buyer beware. Make sure that if you do it, and if you can do it actually in person, do it in person. It's a lot harder for that panel of 3 people to shoot you down when they have to look at you in the face. So if you do it with them in person, it's going to be a little bit easier than doing it over Zoom where the cameras are turned off and you're just kind of going back and forth, basically like you're in a court hearing with somebody from the county and you're representing yourself and you got these kind of 3 panelists. So what you'll need to bring, and the evidence you'll need to start gathering, is the sold comps, right? What has sold recently or within the date range. Typical date ranges that I've seen is the previous year. So that's January 1st of the previous year all the way through December 31st. What these guys like to see is the last 6 months, if at all possible, because that's the most recent. And what they're looking for is what is the value of your property as of January the 1st. So gather some of those different comparables. You can come to an agent like myself or any good reputable agent out there will pull that information for you. Make sure they don't just provide the actual listing, but they'll also want to provide the photos of the property, the interior photos. So you want to get something comparable to your home. Next thing you want to do is start looking at your home and see if there's anything in need of repair. If you can get estimates on that, get those estimates so you can provide that evidence. Also, you'll want to go through and really just, do photos if you can, not after the May just came, but maybe when the home's in a little bit of disarray, really showing that it's not the value that they're thinking it's worth. Next thing you'll do is, if it doesn't work out in the informal, you'll have to go down and do the formal. When you do that, make sure you have all your paperwork, have all your evidence. You also need to make sure that the evidence you're gathering is actually part of the area that the county is using. So most agents will go off of subdivision. If you're in a condo, they'll go off of everything within the condo project. However, the actual county tax appraisal district will work with a certain area or a certain postal code. So you need to make sure that whatever agent you use has that data so they can pull those comparables. So you're using comparables that they will actually accept. You don't want to get caught out of left field where you've got a comparable that's maybe a few blocks over, but it's not within the grid area that they deem is acceptable. So gather all your information, put all that stuff together. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to DM me or just reach out. You can see my contact information below, and best of luck to you.